Welcome to the edition of Let's Play Farming Simulator 2013 on Central Kansas. Alright. So, I'm going to tell you a little story. So last time, when I recorded, I saved my game as per usual, and I exited the game. When I went to go load the game, it took a crazy amount of time in order to load the game. So, I had to do a little bit of Jimmy rigging or Mickey Mousing, whatever you want to call it, to get it to work properly again. So, if you're wondering why I have $28,000 as opposed to what I had before, that is the reason why. Also, because of that, I had to roll back to a previous version of the game, so I picked up the different trailer. The reason why I picked up this trailer is because I moved the pig trigger point. I was able to do that, so I switched the trailer up, and that's part of the reason why we have a bit more money as well. So, other than that, that's the only thing that really changed. I kept the forage harvester. I kept the loading wagon as a way of, you know, I had a couple of people saying I should get the John Deere round baler. As I mentioned, I don't really want to get the John Deere round baler, only because I do have that on the Glen Manure farm. Craft Farm suggested that I get the... Craft Farm suggested that I get the Heston baler. I don't think I actually have the Heston baler. I think it's part of the Extreme Baling Pack. I just don't have... I think I deleted one of them. So I have the New Holland square baler and I have the Fence square baler. So I forgot I had the New Holland, so I'll probably get that one. Unless I reinstall the Extreme Baling Pack, which I might have to do. We'll see. So yeah, that was the random thing. So I don't know what happened or why I was doing it. I think someone in the comments actually suggested, said something in a previous episode about the current combine that I have right now and the fact that it has a problem with the header when it's attached. And I don't know if that was in relation to it or not. So the weird part was I was able to load this game with the header attached, no problem. So I don't know if that was because of that or not. So kind of threw me off a little bit, so I'm not sure if that was the reason why. Now, as you recall, I said in the previous episode that we're going to deal with the straw, which is why we have this. I think this is the right one. I should have gone back and checked, but this is why we have the loading wagon, the forage wagon here, in order to pick up the straw, of course, because we want to be able to use the straw for our pigs, so we can get some more money. Quick little FYI: that current truck, that trailer that I have now, the one I switched out. Because I was like, well, if I have to go back this far, I might as well just pick up the other trailer. Now that I've moved the spawn point. It was actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Which threw me off quite a bit, actually. I thought it was going to be way difficult, but it actually wasn't. Which is nice, actually, because it is never fun to do things that you think are a lot harder than they're going to be. So, it was a nice change. Now, what I'm doing now is this guy offset? I bet he is. Yes, he is. That's why. That's why it looks so strange. I was like, well, why can't I see this? So yeah, that was what I ran into with the... That's the northwest, heading east. Let's see if this works. This is the... I think that's the same way I set up the other course for the combine, but we're going to find out whether it works or not. Looks like it's on the same one. So yeah, that's what I kind of ran into between this episode and last episode. Oh, come on, really? Oh, there we go. Between this episode and last episode, and that was extremely annoying because I originally intended to record earlier, and then what happened was the game was like, you know what? I'm not going to work for you right now, so take that. So, I was just going to do some recording last night, same thing happened, and I was trying to figure out what the problem was. However, I'm not 100% sure what the problem actually is still, which is pretty annoying, actually, the fact that I couldn't figure out what the problem was. I don't know if it's because I have a specific mod it's conflicting or something, or if it's because of something else. I'm not sure. I looked in the log file, and that looks a little bit strange there. I looked in the log file, and One of the things I noticed was that one of the things I noticed was the fact that the livestock trailer was taking a long time to load. So I thought, hey, you know what? Let's take that out and see what happens. Yeah, no, that wasn't that. It still took forever to load. Still not 100% sure what was the problem. However, I have the game loaded at the moment. Hopefully I'll be able to load it again. At least I know how to fix it at this point. So what I'll have to do is just be aware of the issue, just in case, just for future time. So if randomly I start off with more money or less money or with less equipment, I'll definitely mention it. But that's most likely the reason why. Annoying. Very annoying is what it boils down to. So, but alas, we're playing Farming Simulator now, so it's not so bad. Yeah, so this is going to be probably a lot more straw than I thought it was, actually. That's a weird texture. I don't know why it looks like that. It's kind of annoying me. Anyways. But these are part of the... what is it called? The Forge Wagon pack, I think it is. This is the Bergman. I suppose I could have got the Krone ZX, and I think that one actually works a bit better, but whatever. I could have got, like, any of these big ones. I think it's just the Forge Wagon pack or something. You can get it on LS 2013, I believe, so. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and take care of the straw while we, well, it's on course play right now. I could do something else, but at the moment, I really have to wait for this to get done. That's what it boils down to. Yes, in the last episode I did talk about that. So, as you are, I'm sure you're aware, I was able to get free water from over by the freight yard, which was excellent because that allowed me to feed my pigs for free. Well, give them water at least for free, so. Which was a nice change. Because water is expensive if you have to buy it, especially for pigs, because you can just get so many pigs at a ridiculous pace. Yeah, where is this guy? This guy's chilling out here. So this is the pig trailer I picked up. This is the one I was originally going to get anyways, but the problem was I couldn't fit it into the pig barn where I have to load the pigs into the trailer. Like I said, I managed to adjust the loading point for the pigs. Now, I was fiddling around with moving it even further out and making it really, really easy to pick up pigs, but in the end I decided, well, I just didn't have time to fiddle around with it. But let me just go take a quick little jaunt over here and show you where I moved it to. It's not it's not crazy far away, but it's far enough that I can use that other trailer that we have now, basically, so. Which is good. Very, very good. It makes our lives way easier. Why is this? Anyway, so this is what the original spawn point was like, right where these pigs are, where the loading point was right where these pigs are, and most trailers can't get into that door, so I actually moved it to, I think it's like right here somewhere, and I really should put a something to indicate where it actually is, because you have to kind of fiddle around with it a little bit, but it's doable. It's not nearly as bad as it was before, so they did the same thing with this one too. I had toyed with the fact of putting it like right in the center right here and just driving the truck through, but I thought that was a little too cheaty, so but I know at least I can do that if I really want to now, which is kind of cool. So some people kind of mentioned the fact that well, they're suggesting that I should do some sort of Giants editor series type thing, which is a very intriguing idea to me, because I have the reason why I'm reluctant, first of all, is because I don't know very much about the Giants editor. Not to say I can't learn, because it's something I play quite often, so learning how to adjust certain things on maps probably would be pretty helpful, in all honesty. Like, for example, hey, a conveyor belt right here would be just delightful. But I don't know how to do that. Anyways. But yeah, that was one of the suggestions that was made. I think it was Greg, I want to say, who suggested that I do that. Oh, you're really missing all of that? Come on now. There. There we go. I think it was Greg who suggested it, which is a cool idea, actually, because I think it's really... This is my feeling on it. It's really interesting, but I would need to do a little bit of homework, I guess is what it kind of boils down to. to learn how to do certain things. And I probably would have to watch a few videos and learn a few things to do it, but it's doable. It would definitely be like basic things because I am nowhere near an expert in doing stuff like that. So, and when it comes to doing things I probably want to do, I don't know how to do yet. Like for example, conveyor belts are stuff I always want to add to maps, but alas, not every map has them incorporated into it. So, that would be kind of a nice thing to be able to add if I could. Wow, really? There we go. Is that going to be enough? Nope, still not apparently. Yes, it is. There we go. So that could be one thing I could add in time, I guess. But it would be probably a short series, and I probably wouldn't do a crazy amount on it. But I don't know. It's just an idea. Let me know if you guys are interested in something like that. Let me just to give you a disclaimer. Like I said, I'm not an expert in Fire and the Giants editor by any means. But if that's something you might be interested in, let me know. I don't mind learning a little bit. It's something I've been mucking about with in my head for a while. Actually, there was a recent update to the Farming Simulator 2013 Giants editor. Just upgraded to a different version of the editor. Strangely enough, because of the update, that's why I was able to edit this map. So before the update, I wasn't able to edit this map, and then after I updated, I was able to. Go figure, eh? So I'm really happy I discovered the update. It made my life a lot easier, so I guess I really could just do this myself. That would probably be a little bit more efficient than adjusting which side it goes on. Yeah, probably. And it's quieter too. That's weird. Yeah, that's might be something I could do. I know. I think it's TCG Rob. I think is another person who's doing something like that. He is in his video. He is changing Orchard Farm because apparently there's some really big, annoying things on Orchard Farm. I never played on the map, but that's what he's kind of doing the Giants editor series on. So. Greg actually pointed that one out to me, so thanks, Greg. Anyways, yeah, that's what's kind of going on with this map. I definitely could do something like that. It would just take a little bit of extra effort, which isn't a bad thing, really. It's just something I've never done before, so I don't know enough about the Giants editor to do some things. So yeah. It would be interesting though. Honestly, I thought moving the triggers would be a lot harder than it was, but it was just in the end, it was just like identifying where the trigger was, and from there it was identifying where the trigger was, and then just moving it by clicking on the, sliding it forward or backwards based on where you want to put it. Otherwise, it was pretty easy. The one thing that I did notice though, but if you wanted to put like a marker there, it was a bit annoying to say, hey, here's where you could fill up your pigs. That annoyed me a little bit, trying to do something like that. But I think what I'll do is I think I'll definitely watch TCG Rob's videos on his editing of Orchard Farm, because I watched like 2 minutes of one of his videos and I was like, I already knew how to do something. I was like, okay, this might be something that'd be good in order to learn how to use the Giants editor. And I think he does like a 15 minutes. Honestly, I just was introduced to him, I don't know, like with this week basically. I don't know how I encountered. I think it was somebody liked a video or something, and I noticed it. I noticed the fact that he was doing it on Giants editor, which interested me to begin with. So I was like, oh well, maybe that's something I should check out. I haven't checked out all the videos yet because I've been fiendishly trying to get into Farming Simulator on this map. Well, that's probably a bit excessive. Not quite that much, but I really wanted to get on and record some episodes because I hadn't done that in a while. So I was like, yeah, let's do something. So, excellent. Our pigs now have straw, which is good. So, some of the things that were mentioned in relation to what I'm doing right now with a forage wagon as opposed to a baler is the fact that, hey, Ian, in North America, we don't use foraged wagons. Totally understand that. It was either get a forage wagon now or sacrifice the straw, and I was like, no, I don't want to sacrifice the straw, I want to keep the straw. So One person actually suggested something really, really interesting. Well, it was a really good suggestion, I'll be honest. They were saying that, they said, Ian, you know what you should do? You should buy the John Deere baler, the 864, and you should bale the straw, and then you should use the Bobcat to pick it up. Because that was what would happen probably in North America. And he was totally right. It's true. That's exactly what would happen here. Because that's basically what I've done before. When I helped my in-laws out on their farm doing, it was hay, not straw, but when they were doing hay, so that definitely happened. So it was a really good comment, and it was really, honestly, he's right about that. What it boiled down to was I had already bought the forage wagon because I just wanted to do that, and partially the other reason why I didn't want to do it was because we are already doing something very similar to that on the Glenmalure farm. So because of that, I was reluctant. I definitely will do baling on this farm because that's what you'd see in North America, and I'll definitely do the big squares. But at this point, I think what we need to get probably would be another field. Would be probably the most. What would be the best word? The best use of our resources, I guess. And someone suggested I do the one mission to rule them all. In order to get enough money. I forget who suggested that, but they were saying they did the mission twice and they have like $500,000. And I was like, well, that seems a bit excessive to get that much money from doing the mission twice, but apparently it's a really big field, so. Which in that situation, I guess that makes sense. So let me just outline the fact that this is only a temporary solution until we can get the big square balers, and then I will do the big squares for sure. And then what I can use is I can use the Aqueous Tenuous trailer in order to pick the square bales up. So I do have the PJ trailer, which is actually considered a bale trailer. I'm just not a big fan of using a front loader to pick up hay bales or straw bales. So. Not on a big farm, at least. Let's say that. And I know a lot of bigger farms do tend to have auto stackers anyways. So, like my in-laws who have a small farm have an auto stacker. They have like a New Holland small square stacker. Pretty nifty little piece of machinery, actually. Doesn't always work as well as you'd like. It's supposed to drop the hay or straw bales like in a nice, perfect little stack, but it definitely doesn't work as well as you'd like sometimes. So what they tend to do a lot is they use that machine in order to carry the bales back to the barn, and then what tends to happen is they will manually what's the word I'm looking for? They will manually stack the bales in the barn, basically. So that's what they tend to do, at least. So just their style, I suppose. But the original idea was to just drop them into the barn just the way they are, stacked perfectly. But it didn't work out that way, unfortunately. So that is the way it goes sometimes. As much as we would like these things to work out, they don't always work, unfortunately. So 83 liters of fuel. Oh no, running so low on fuel. So yeah, that's what they have. They have an auto stacker. So I can only assume that if somebody's going to be able to afford a humongous baler, they would probably have some sort of way of picking up those enormous bales in a efficient fashion, as opposed to front loaders. But I suppose front loaders are used a lot as well, so just really depends. Alright, which way is this gotta go? Is he gonna go over there? Really? Come on now. I'm just trying to set him up on his way so I can just so I can start the other tractor. That should be fine. Really? Come on. Wow. Must be really off. let's just hop into this guy right here. Are we full? Yes, we're full. I must release the handbrake. So let's wait to the engine to do its thing. Nice. This tractor, I don't know why. I really like the way that tractor starts. Every single time I start, I'm like, I should wait for the start sound so I can hear it all, because it's so cool. Oh goodness. Alright, seed, go. Better put my dualies on here. There we go. So I think what we're going to do, I think what I might do off camera is I may do a harvest or two to get some more money. And the main reason in that scenario is that I just don't want to show you harvesting the same field over and over again. That's what it kind of boils down to. So what I might do is a harvest or two off camera. Whoops, where am I going? In order to... Yes, that's what I thought. He was totally off. Why do I keep doing that? I may do a harvest or two off camera just so we can collect some extra money. That's the idea. Wow. That's really off. Jeez. Alright, let's see if we can get this guy out here. I guess in reality I could just say, go, and then he'll do it, but the problem with that is he'll drive straight through my field. I don't want him to drive straight through my field, so... Did I got the feeling I made a second, yeah, I did, okay, good. I made a second seed course for this field just to see how it worked in comparison to the original. Because in the original it would go and do a headland around the field, and in this case, this particular course I changed it to just does a, goes up and down the field. So, that is the plan, Stan. Alright. Has he done that? Has he done that? I can't tell. Trying to keep a track of that New Holland, but I don't know where he's going. I can't see that far apparently on the screen. Oh, he's turned around, looks like. It's gonna stop him. That'll stop him from doing anything he's not supposed to do. Alright. Let's just turn off here. We'll set this guy on his way, and then while this guy's seeding, I think we're gonna seed barley again because it was so lucrative. I don't think, no, we can't, there's no great demands coming up for us anyway, so, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do barley again, but after that, we'll do barley once more probably, and then I think we will forego doing barley again, just because we don't want to do barley too many times, because then we run into problems. And that tractor is going in circles. Jeez. See, that's what happens when you, see, I don't know why it does that. Alright. I guess we'll have to line up this guy for himself. Or I should say line it up for him as opposed to for himself, because he can't do it himself. There we go. Perfect. Alright, let's take care of this straw. We're at 81%. Gotta be careful. Getting a little over anxious. I'm like, hey, let's turn this quickly. And it's like, nope, can't do that. Sorry. Oh man. Yeah, the problem I ran into kind of kind of took the wind out of my sails. A little bit. This guy's going way too fast. Holy cow. There we go. Set him to a proper speed. Yeah, did a little bit. It was more frustrating than anything else, because it's like you get ready to, I don't know, I have this little routine kind of thing. I get ready to sit down and I get a beverage ready, like water usually. Get a glass of water ready to go, and then do a little test run to see if the sound's coming through and stuff like that. And then if that's the case, then I just I start recording basically. But if you can't load the game, it makes it a little difficult to try and record something. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I don't know. It was kind of strange if you ask me. But it definitely happened, so. Yeah. So now we have a lot of extra straw, which is good. We actually probably could have bought the John Deere baler with the money we had. Because we ended up with 50,000 as opposed to what we had. In the end, I guess. But that is what it is. Oh, that's a lot of extra straw I missed there. We're gonna run it. We're gonna fill up right soon. There we go. All right. So we are full on straw. And oh, you know what we could do? We could do that. We could actually get a mixing station. Or, no, we could actually sell the straw. I think it was Thomas pointed out the fact that you can sell the straw right where I park my cedar, which is totally true. I don't know how I managed to miss that when it's right in front of my face. I know, I was like, when I started, I noticed it, but I just hadn't sold any straw yet, and I was like, hey, you know what? Maybe I'll sell some straw. So we're gonna go ahead and sell this load of straw because we don't need this much straw at the moment. We don't have a mixing station or anything. That's actually what I was thinking about. We could get a mixing station in order to sell, or well, not sell, in order to get TMR basically. So here you can sell your straw. Thank you. All right. We got 28,000. Let's see how much we get. Probably nothing really. Oh well, that's not terrible, I guess. Really not. Well, what was it, like 2,000? Is it gonna show me? No. Harvest income. So that's from selling pigs and from selling barley. If you're wondering. Well, it's not terrible, I guess. That'd be. Let's just take a quick little peek here. We could. Where are we here? Placeable mods. Mixing stations, $32,000. $32,000. Now, there's that option. Now, technically, we do have a front loader. And I could go that route. I could go the... Where is it? Feeding technology. You think I would memorize where these things are by now. Jeez. Could go for something like that. And then make my own TMR. Because that's not 39,000. Could do something like that. Though for the number of pigs we already have, I don't think it's worth it. Because we have a crazy amount of pigs. Well, we will have a crazy amount of pigs soon, so let me think about that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we do it. I think what we'll do, because this is my thought. This is the internal thought that's going through my mind. I'm doing the hemming and hawing in my mind and not saying out loud, which I really should. That's bad of me. Hey Rooster, what's going on? Alright, let me get away from all these sounds. Okay, so here's a thought. On the Glen Manure farm, I am doing more manual stuff. However, it already has a mixing station in it. This farm does not have a mixing station already in it. However, I could start with a mixing technology thing and then move to a mixing station. That is definitely doable. The problem we will run into is that it is a bit more of a pain. That's what it boils down. Well, partially that. It's partially because it will take a little bit longer to do, and then eventually what happens is I show it on screen once or twice, and then, well, I could do that. I could just show you guys on screen initially and then eventually change it up to do it the other way around, I suppose. This one's 32,000, 14, 10. Because it's only 10,000 liters that these produce. And I don't have any way of getting the grass into there at the moment either, so yeah, it's not worth it. Alright, decision made. So, The problem is I could theoretically use the conveyor belt to do it. The problem is with the conveyor belt, it's not accurate. I could get an implement to work with the Bobcat, so I could use the Bobcat to load the mixing station as well. That's doable. I think the problem would be that I don't think that the Bobcat does it. Let's see. It doesn't hold straw. Yeah, and I don't have straw bale, so not helpful. Yeah, so because I decided to pick up the straw in this particular manner, it's not helpful to get a mixing trailer because I can't actually put straw in there. With the Bobcat using the front loader tools, I would have to use the conveyor belt, which would mean I'd have to... does it hold grass? This is me thinking. Grass, it does hold grass and chaff. Well, I could do that. 2000. Wouldn't be terrible, but I would definitely need to buy a ramp too, so... all the things that come together with it, I guess. Jeez. If you decide to do one thing, it leads to something else. If you decide to do something else, it's a little bit of him and Han, I guess. Alright, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and stop the episode here for now, folks, because I am indecisive at the moment, apparently. I'm going to let this guy finish seeding over here. I'm going to finish collecting the rest of the straw over here. And I will... I will come back next episode and... will we have enough money? We'll see. We may have enough money to buy the field. We'll see. I may do one harvest in between that. Not sure yet. But the combination with the pigs, because now the pigs are up to 40% productivity, and we have $30,000 right now, so between the number of pigs we'll get and the money from the harvest, we should be on a good track to get the field. We'll be close. Because we can still technically borrow $25,000, which puts us up to $55,000, so we need $120,000, and we made 90,000. That's not right. Why did I keep doing that? And we did make 90,000 from the pigs. That was great demand though, and the barley. So something to keep in mind. All right, so gonna stop the episode there for now. My name's Ian Robson. This has been Farming Simulator 2013, and this has been Central Kansas. Oh man, I'll catch you guys later.